most interesting DJ in the world.
You know, my favorites, I like Sauvignon Blancs, I like nice kind of neutral oak Chardonnays, I even like, you know, sweet wines for spicy foods. My reds, I usually like, you know, darker and juicier berries. Like, I just love like Cab Sauves and Malbecs. I love like more kind of rich wines, which I think is really distinct in Washington State.
Yeah.
It's such a unique world-class region, and California is great for, I think, more of those minerally, more kind of chalky old world styles, and I think Milbrandt or Washington brings a more kind of new world style to it. And as those berries progress and age, the vineyards age a little more, I think you're going to find even classier distinction.
Okay.
So, and that's what I've noticed the trend of. And now I've seen more sparkling wines too, and so we've delved into the sparkling wine repertoire. So
that's good. I mean, see, I would like to say, just talking next door, the guy gave me a lot of education because right now I'm kind of getting more into it to talk about it. So what you just said, I'm going to listen back at it and literally plagiarize you.
Thank you. Yes.
You got any family up here?
No, it's just me.
Oh, just came up by yourself?
Yeah, and most of my family is, west or east of the Mississippi River. Like, I've got family, my sister's in New Orleans. I've got family in Shreveport. You are?
Yes.
Right on.
Come on now.
Perfect. Yes. Le bon, what's the phrase? Le bon.
God dog it, brother.
Bon temps roulé. Le bon rontu roulé. Something like that. Actually, I'm Brian, but then the other Brian, he's actually from Lake Charles.
Oh, okay.
So he can tell you all about, you know, crawfish boils,
oh my God.
all of that.
Come on.
Yep.
Yeah, all of it.
Oh,
Cajun, the crawfish, everything.
And he just came back from a trip in France, too, so he was touring some wineries out in France, too. So.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, so,
Good deal.
If you wanted me to bring the other big Brian, I can bring him over, too.
Yeah, bring him over, brother.
You got it, so, yeah.
I appreciate you, Brian. And like I said, this is Weddings, Music, and Wine. Listen on Spotify. It's on Spotify. It's on Iheartradio. It's on Jiosavvan. It's on every major streaming service there is. I'm going to actually have an episode tomorrow. You'll be able to hear your voice on that, brother.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Get back to work, man. I'm sorry.
I shall, resume my post. I'll bring the other Brian.
Hey, appreciate you, Brian. Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. That was Brian, the tasting manager here. He is busy, but you got to hear a little bit of him, so he was able to stop by just for a little bit. So appreciate him being able to talk with me just for a second. And as he said, he's going to bring another Brian, so maybe we'll get another Brian. Like he said, he's from New Orleans, from Lake Charles in Louisiana. Hopefully, be able to talk with him. He'll give us a little New Orleans flavor onto the show as well, with Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. Second, listen.
I'm not bringing the camera to show you.
Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. We got the other Brian here. We had the Brian earlier, the tasting manager, and we got the big Brian here from Lake Charles, from my area, and down in Louisiana. Tell them about yourself, sir.
So I was born and raised in Lake Charles, and I've been in the Seattle area for about 40 years. Just took retirement from Bowie.
Okay.
And now I'm just doing this to fill a little time.
Fill a little time, huh?
That's right. All good.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Hey, you have a good one, man. Thank you. That was Mr. Brian from Lake Charles. He just gave you a little bit of his background as well. Thank you guys for listening in. Listen in on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all major streaming services. We're doing a little bit of wine tasting at the Milbrandt Vineyards here in Woodinville, Washington. It's Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. Weddings. Music.
Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player.
Okay, get up. Dipset. Joel Santana. Heatmakers. I think this is the one.
And wine. With New.
This is DJ New, the most interesting DJ in the world.
See that? Know her name. Her name is Jill.
Oops. Anyway, God, I hate hearing my voice as well. It's nasally and whiny.
Well, if you don't want to hear it, it's on Weddings, Music, and Wine with New, and it's on Spotify, so you can listen to it tomorrow, and you can sit there and hate your voice.
What? I have to tell you, the Chardonnay is phenomenal. It's a Rainmaker Vineyard. I can give you a sheet that there's,
of course,
and if you each would like your own tasting grape, let's do it. Share it. Whatever. There is no right or wrong.
No, it's not.
And I'm going to send Cheryl out because Cheryl's been with.
Yeah, she said Kim told because we got sent over here from Brian from Good God, I can't even think of the name of it now.
There's a Brian at Sparkling.
Yeah, it's right across the street. Pretty good God. Yeah, what the hell? We was just there. It started with an M, but yeah, literally across the street.
Milbrandt.
Yes, that's
Milbrandt.
Yes, exactly. Yes, ma'am.
For me, it's random to be up here because I'm always in the warehouse district.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what you saw me. It's like you check out the warehouse district as well, which I'll probably do within the next couple of weeks.
Will you do it like on a Friday night when the winemakers at one of the places are open till 7?
Okay.
And come in 2 to 7 at ADRICE because I'll be there. But I won't talk. And,
yes, you will.
Jeff's production is just like 3 doors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And so being up here is
yeah.
I like it. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know, you got Patterson, Gorman.
Yeah.
So Milbrandt.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool,
Yeah,
cool.
but Brian from Milbrandt, yeah, he knows Kim.
I want to go.
Yeah, and this is nice over there too. Yeah, and they're not that busy right now too. So whenever you get off, go check it out.
I'm going to have to come up another time and do that. That's cool. Milbrandt, and they're really nice folks because we do a private at Address Wines on Saturday, Sunday mornings before we open. And then that bus, there are people from out of town that come from hotels in Seattle, and then that tour bus goes to Milbrandt next.
Oh, gotcha.
Then they go to Snoqualmie Falls and Bones Chocolate.
Well, tell my listeners where you are right now. Where is this?
This is at WT Vintners.
Vintners.
Yes, in the Hollywood Schoolhouse District.
Everybody been saying schoolhouse. I guess that the old what was it the first one we went to? That used to be a schoolhouse, didn't it? Maryhill. Yeah, that used to be a schoolhouse. I heard somebody just randomly as we were walking through. He said, "Oh yeah, there used to be a schoolhouse." I said, "Oh shit!" I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Hollywood Schoolhouse. I mean, this is what I call it. I might have a different name now, but yes, old schoolhouse. As a long time ago, somebody got married in there, and it was so cool. So let's move on to wine.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, honey.
You're making me nervous.
Don't be. No, you talk.
So this is a tasting for one, but if you choose to share, if you want a tasting for two, we'll take care of this. So this is delicious. This is a 2017 Pinot. Seven Springs Vineyard.
Okay.
That's where he sources the fruit. And it is very unusual to see something with this vintage at this point. Most people are they're pouring 18s, releasing 19s. So this is this beaker right here. The Mourvedre, another varietal of mine that I actually love. And Jeff has a beautiful stylistic approach on his.
Okay.
This is Boucher Vineyard. Boucher Vineyard, also a 17. Boucher Vineyard, for those of us that are in the industry, the first time I got to meet him, it was like meeting Edgar Martinez or Big Papi or somebody in the baseball world, because he is the Hall of Famer, one of several, and in Washington State. And to source fruit from Boucher is just, it's superb.
Okay.
Not only the way he grows it, but of course where the vineyard is located, as well as how rows that winemakers have contracts with, how he crops specifically for each winemaker, et cetera, et cetera.
Gotcha.
And so Boucher, for those of us in the industry, is very well known.
Nice. Bobby Boucher.
And so then we've got the Grand Cote Vineyard, and again it's 17, and this is out of Yakima, and that's what is in this beaker right here. If you get really into the geeky things, then they start talking clones and Joseph Phelps clone.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost over my head as well, because, you know, that's it. I mean, I hear it, I try to understand it, but I don't retain it.
Gotcha.
Also, you can get even geekier about how it is fermented when the fruit comes in. When they talk about 60% whole cluster, 60% of that cluster goes into the fermentation. Some winemakers and everything, including Jeff, will do a whole 100% whole cluster fermentation. In other words, usually fruit goes through a sorting process and then individual berries off of the stems. But Jeff is one of others that has cluster fermentation, and that gets geeky.
Okay.
And to interview a winemaker, they can go into that
Yeah.
detail. And also they can go into the detail as why they choose certain clones.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, you know, it's not my I'd rather just meet people and serve. So, what else would you like to know?
Whatever you can tell me, Miss Jill.
Cheryl is...
Yeah, well, have Miss Cheryl come out here. Yeah, and I can get her on here as well.
And I know Cheryl because of the industry as well.
Okay. Oh, so you guys already knew each other.
And there and
gotcha.
there.
Yeah, that's how it is in the entertainment business with me too. See random people at someplace. What the hell are you doing here?
Right?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
I feel today. You know, because this is... I mean, I'll do things for him anytime, but I haven't done this.
Yeah, you haven't done exactly. Gotcha, Miss Jill. Thank you, honey.
How do you like the shirt?
This is actually really good. Yeah, no
finish.
Yes.
There's a lot going on, and then my favorite part is even after you've swallowed for a period of time, it's still there. It's in the back of your palate.
And see, I had a Chardonnay on my show just yesterday, and it wasn't that good. It was Chateau Saint Jean is what it was. And it was, I don't know, it didn't stay.
Heavy?
Oh. It was heavy, yes.
And it didn't stay.
And it didn't stay, exactly. Yeah.
He has a Pinot that he'll do a soft release Father's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Pinot Rosé, I'm sorry. And it is just, there's so much going on. The front, the mid, the back, and then after, even after, you're just going, oh my gosh, the finish just lingers. It's beautiful. Beautiful color as well.
Yeah.
So, again, it's craftsmanship.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Knowledge, stylistic approach, and really caring about the end result as well. So, I'm glad.
Okay, thank you, Miss Jill. Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. That was Miss Jill giving me an educational tour of all the wines here at WT Vintners? Yeah, Vintners. That's where we are. So, Maryhill. What was the other one? I can't never remember the second one. Good God Almighty. Anyway, this is what Milbrandt. Yes, Milbrandt. So yeah, Maryhill, Milbrandt. I don't know why that's so hard to remember. And WT Vintners is where I'm at right now. So this is Weddings, Music, and Wine, and it's just all about wine today. I will have my guy Tech Lee on the show as well. So listen in to Spotify, Iheartradio, Spreaker.com as well, and all major streaming services with New. Thank you. How you got into pouring wine, how you got into here, how you got into Woodinville. Yeah, this is Weddings, Music, and Wine with New, and that's me. And it's available on Spotify, so it's going to be up tomorrow. Okay. So you'll be able to listen to your voice.
Oh, that's going to be really horrible. Anyway, so I was born and raised in Berkeley, California.
Okay.
And as most students there, I worked my way as a waitress, being right there close to Napa. It was really easy to get into wine. We moved up here about 30 years ago when my daughter turned 1. And I started to get into wine when they both went off to college, because I knew I needed to do something that was, close to my heart. And it was great fun to learn more about what Washington offers in comparison to what California produces, just the different visions that each winemaker has with respect to the varietals, and whether they're going to use cultured yeast or just a native ferment. And now there's just been a huge movement where people use pretty much neutral oak, which is so wonderful, because then you really are tasting the fruit itself, the terroir, and you can feel the wind and how it's toughened up the grape skins. And so for us, also being a little bit closer to nature, Jeff has always, well, not always, the last 4 harvests, he's used just the a foot trodden.
Yeah.
So we try to be really, really respectful and gentle with the food.